Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Late Late Podcast. Today's podcast is going to be about forgetting about fame. And I'm new to this, so bear with me. But really, today, I just want to express how I really feel about fame and about really the different issues about people finding purpose in life. A lot of people they get this expectation from media and this outlook on life that they need to do something important that the world remembers. And it's simply not true. Or at least that's not what I believe in. I don't believe in making an impact on the world or being remembered or even being a great person, really. As long as you're fulfilled and as long as you've helped people along the way, then you're good. In my mind, all I really want to do is make enough money for the time being so I can be financially free. I don't care about fame or even wealth. Honestly, my dream is to become a ranch owner. I own businesses now. I own about 6 businesses, but to be honest, that's not a life. What I really want to do is just grow these businesses, sell them, and just buy me a farm, live off the farm. I want to see the physical fruits of my labor. People get a little too caught up in the materialistic things in life, and it's sad to see that people spiral out of control and hit rock bottom because they had all this fame and all this money, and it's so easy to lose. And it's never something that you should treasure, or it's never something that you should lust over or desire, because at the end of the day, what does it do for you? You can't use money after you die, and death is at the end of the road for all of us. As sad as it may sound, it's the truth, and it's undeniable that you have to do something with your time here, because this is not a trial run. This is all you got. And a lot of people don't like to think about death in that way, but to me, death is just an end of a story. It might be a beginning of a new one. It might not be. Nobody knows about the afterlife. Nobody knows for sure about heaven or hell. I believe in heaven. I believe in hell. But then again, you have to live your life in a way that on your deathbed you can think back and you can feel good about everything you did, and you can feel good knowing that your mind is clear and you can drift off in peace. Because really, I feel like the purpose of life is to be the best person while you're here. You don't have to one up the next person. You don't have to earn more. You don't have to be more recognized. You don't have to play a part in society at all. I don't feel like you have to really be a part of society at all. I don't feel like you have to contribute. As long as you can make a difference in someone's life, or you can give somebody a little bit of knowledge, or you can help somebody out of a bad situation. There have been times where I reflect on sad moments in my life and I think about it in a different way, to where it's not as bad as it seemed. I had a brother who passed away in 2017, and lately, instead instead of thinking of it as I lost a brother, I've been thinking of it as that chapter's over. He's moved on, and now I need to move on into what I need to do next. And it's a lot to process sometimes, but you'll definitely get through it, and you'll definitely see where I'm coming from if you can treat everything as a positive situation. Think of the positive things of every situation. The more people are negative, the more people will see the negative things, because even if you force yourself to be positive, you act positive, you act like you're happy about a situation, you'll feel what you push out. There's this word called karma. A lot of people believe in it, a lot of people don't. I wouldn't really say I believe in karma, but I do believe the universe listens to you. Whatever that may be God, may it be just the cosmos, maybe the stars. But I believe that the universe definitely talks back, and it definitely feeds into you what you feed into it. If you feed nothing but positivity, it's definitely going to give you positivity back. If all you feed is negativity, your life's going to be hell. And it's sad to say and sad to think about, but this life, I hear a lot of people say that life is too short, and I always think, what do you mean? Life is long, drawn out, and it's super depressing. But then again, if you're positive about your life and you're happy with your life, it just whizzes by. You ever notice the time where you're having the worst time of your life, you're having a bad day, nothing is going well, everything is getting messed up, every time you try to do something it doesn't work out right, and it seems like your day just takes forever to end, but you go do something fun, you go to a nice place you like, you go on a date, or you go spend time with somebody who you want to spend time with, and it seems like time just flies by. And if you ever notice that, it's because you don't notice time when you're too focused on the little things. Because it's the little things. When you enjoy the little things, then you enjoy the time it takes for you to be happy. Because you can't just be happy. You have to put in the effort to be happy. And I've realized this, and it's really hard to do it, but once you get into it, it'll feel so good. You'll feel so good that it becomes second nature. There's a book by a guy, I can't think of his name right now. I actually can't think of the book name either. It's kind of pointless stating that now that I think about it. But there's basically a quote by him. Any habit at all, if you do it less and less over the course of 21 days, you can make and you can break any habit at all. If you suck your thumb, you can definitely stop in 21 days. If you're not a nice person, you can start being nice in 21 days. If you have any bad sleeping habits, you can fix them in 21 days. Any habit that you have, you can stop it. Any habit you don't have that you need, you can make it 21 days. Because that's how long it takes for the brain to lock something in as a subconscious memory. And it's really crazy to think about all these intricate little details that your brain does for you. It's just little things. We're so complex. And I know I might be going off of a little tangent, but we're so complex this is where I started to understand more of the people who grew up in a time where there was no internet, there was no TV, there was no things like this. You couldn't go and search up a video where somebody was explaining the subtle details and all the little appreciations of life. But we miss all these little things, all these subtleties. And it's like, have you ever noticed that you're so intricate and you're so complex that just the little movements in your eye, if you watch somebody while they're talking, or if you just look at someone in their eye darts side to side, over and over, side to side, up and down, maybe about 60 times every 10 seconds. 60 times every 10 seconds. But when you're just looking, your eyes do that and you don't even picture it. You don't see that your eyes are moving side to side. It doesn't look like you're doing that when you're just looking out into the world. Another thing is our brain's ability to finish words for us or spell out words for us, even when the words are spelled incorrectly, or even when the words are abbreviated, such as our brain automatically translate WTF, and when we see WTF on paper or on a screen, we automatically translate it in our head, and we think the words in our head instead of WTF. But when someone uses LOL, in our head we think LOL, and we think funny, but we don't think the words laughing out loud. And it's these little things that I think they make life a lot more simpler when you really just think about them. It makes you appreciate things more, and honestly, it's just something that I feel is so important to reflect on in life, especially when you're down in a time where you're depressed or different things like that, because there's been times where I've been suicidal, times where I've been depressed about death in a family, or even just simple situations in life that I just felt like it wasn't worth it anymore. But when you think about different things that will get you through life, such as you being the only you, nothing could ever replace you. And this is why humans are so special amongst the millions and millions of species on Earth. See, we have a certain thing we have as humans, and it's called consciousness. So as of now, it stands that consciousness cannot be copied nor replicated. It cannot be artificialized. Consciousness is its own life. It's its own entity. And that's why people believe that the body is a shell, because to have consciousness, you have to have a higher level of understanding. You have to understand that you are not simply a part of this world, that you are a caretaker of this world, and that everything in this world is finite. Time is finite. Our resources, the people on earth are finite. Everything adds up to a number. And that's what some people honestly think we are. They think we're just numbers. They think that everything on this planet is a system. And in some sense it is. But it's not code. I don't believe it is at all. I don't believe that there's a being sophisticated enough to write us into a code. We're too unpredictable. And that's how some people write off the idea of God. They believe that maybe like we play video games where the AI are programmed to do certain things. They can do certain things on their own, but they act within a certain subset of commands that they're allowed to produce. And the people who believe that we're in the program believe that we have every single subset imaginable that is within our bodily capabilities, which means we think we're conscious, we think we're acting on our own will, but really it's just a gigantic list of many programs that we're allowed to command. We're allowed to do this, but it's all a sequence of code written into us by some guy outside of our supercomputer. But back onto purpose. With purpose, I believe you have to believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, you have to find something that is a challenge for you. And to find a challenge, you have to do a bunch of things that you don't like. A lot of people give up. But I feel like once you get into something, it's a lot harder to get into something to where you don't want to quit than it is to just say something is impossible. A lot of people say something is impossible because they can't do it, or they tell other people it's impossible because they can't do it. But really, to be happy, to be truly happy, you have to find meaning in the little things that you do. Because even in a relationship, there are certain things that will irritate a person, but they won't irritate them when it's a certain person. It's the same complex as dogs liking one thing when their owners do it, not liking it when a stranger does it. It's simply just a proposition of our mind. And I'm gonna wrap this up pretty soon. But all in all, you should never give up on life, no matter how down you are, really. There's always a way to feel good. There's always a way to bounce back. Remember, there's nowhere below rock bottom, only up from there, and there's always going to be something that you can do to build a ladder out of the hole you're in. This has been the Late Late Podcast with Adrian Terry. Have a good night.